All right, thank you very much. My name is Edema Tresheju. I'm the Chief Marketing Officer of NerveFlux. Yeah, over the years, I've been actively involved in crypto, and my background was originally in computer computing. I studied computer science, and I had this passion for computing right from childhood. Yeah, I studied database. I am a database professional, and I'm very qualified to act as the DBA. So at the moment, I'm not just the chief operating officer. I also double as the database the developer for this project. Yeah, that's a brief introduction of as I think most of the community are used to me, except that in the last few days we've had huge increase in the numbers of community members. So you get to know me over time. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Dema. Once again, I say good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are joining us from. We'll go straight to the issue of the day. Now, we're going to have two segments in this AMA session. In the first segment, Mr. Dema will treat some issues concerning today's listing on HotBit. And the second segment will take direct questions from the community. Now we'll go straight to the first segment of this AMA. Can you please tell us about HotBit, and why HotBit?
All right, thank you very much. Actually, before we get here, before this time, I guess you all know we had official launch less than a month ago. It's not up to 1 month now because we had it precisely 16th of January. About 10:45, yeah, about that time, AM, 16th of January. So by 16th or 15th of January, it will be 1 month. So we had this launch, and within the first 48 hours, we made announcement for listing in exchanges, which include HotBit. Yeah, we were able to do this because we had negotiation, which is our custom here. Beforehand, even before we got launched, and we negotiated for the listing. And yeah, we can't make any announcement until we are permitted by the exchange or exchanges, as the case would be, to make such announcements. So we could only announce when HotBit itself made the announcement. Yeah, so we chose HotBit for so many reasons. We looked at exchanges, we looked at the effect we want for, the awareness we want to create for this lovely project. With our experience, we knew quite well that the best approach is to get listed in exchanges one after another, given some reasonable gap. And this will give us the best price impact in the long term. When I say price impact, you get to understand that we cannot control the price of our token. We can only do our best and hope the market situation and the demand do the rest for us. So, yeah, we knew HotBit is a big exchange with large audience all over the world. And there is something specific we looked at. I don't know, for those of you that are unaware, last year, HotBit had, there was an hacking that took place in HotBit, and this had affected HotBit for some time, some short period of time. They had to shut down, and we actually took that as one of the reasons why we think we could also use HotBit for listing. And why am I saying this? Think about it. For an exchange that had issues, they were offline, they had to put a lot of things in order, and they came back. After that time, HotBit has been working like nothing happens. They overcome the problem. They overcome the hacking problem. No user lost their phone. Is found to that hacking. So we could say HotBit is reliable, because this is a world where security is not guaranteed. Get it right. You can't guarantee that your platform is 100% secured. What we do is we give it our best, hoping everything works out for us. So for a company that could overcome such security breach and they keep giving the service they've been giving, that tells you they can be trusted. And that itself is a good reason for us to say, yeah, this is a platform where our customers, we our friends, our communities, our investors could move their token to. And this is one of the main reasons we choose HotBit. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dema. Now we'll move over to the next issue concerning the secure asset fund for users. Can you please throw more light on that? Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. First of all, I'll say thank you to the lovely community. Thank you to our investors. We are here today not because the team are the best in the world, or we are so, how will I say it, innovative. Yes, it's all about innovation, but we task the community, we want to move forward. So what I'm saying is that we also thought about it. We gave it a thought. Should, in case there is any eventuality while our community members move their token from their private wallet, which they have total control of their private wallet, they move it to HotBit, and there happen to be a security breach, what happens? If you go to our website, on the last part of the FAQ, you see something about secure asset fund for users. So what we're going to do is, or what we want to assure our community members and investors, that if you move your token to HotBit and there is any issue, and it is confirmed that HotBit cannot refund your token to you or to the user, we will step in. Once that is confirmed, NerveFlux assures you we will return 10% of your staked token. This applies to only tokens that are staked. 10% of your staked token, including the reward you should get, we're going to return it to such user in the case of any eventuality. So what we are saying is 10% is not 100%. It's not so big, but we think it is better than losing all your fund. So it's not about HotBit. It is about the general security situation we face in the cyberspace today. So it has nothing to do with HotBit, but this is how we can help our investors should there be any problem. So we hope for the best. We know HotBit is reasonably secured, like many top exchanges. And yeah, we're telling you, your assets will be safe where you're moving them to for staking. Thank you
very much for that explanation. Right now, we'll take the next question concerning staking, because a lot of people have been asking questions concerning staking. Please, can you please throw more light on that? Thank you.
Yeah, earlier on, I stated that we are here not because we are the best in terms of the team. We're doing our best. We're imperfect, just like you. So, asking you to stake your token with HotBit, there are many questions that comes to one's mind. So, we're trying to tell you that if you could trust us, believe in this project, you invested in it, and you are here today, move your tokens from your MetaMask, from your Trust wallet, from any BSC compliant wallet you're using. Move this token to HotBit. take the opportunity to get your token staked with 25% APY. 25% APY. It's a big one. It's not a small one. So imagine if you had to stake your token for 1 year, then you will get 1/4 of your token as reward. That is great. So even if tomorrow we see the market in red, the market situation is bad, you'll be happy you're getting a reward for staking your token. Let's think of the implication staking this token will have for this ecosystem. If you guys could stake your token, because I believe you are investors because you want some good financial return. If you could all move your token to HotBit for staking, then definitely you're helping to build that robust ecosystem that will lead to high returns over a long time. So we want to see 100% of our community members, 100% of users move their token which they've purchased from PancakeSwap or pre-sale or whitelisted pre-sale, move it to HotBit and do the staking there. Enjoy the 25% APY. Don't forget, it's not all about token staking. This is an opportunity that will lead to a lot of better things. You're going to get a lot of return aside the staking, because once you purchased in pre-sale, once you purchased in public, in the whitelisted pre-sale, and you've been holding to this moment, then move your token freely to HotBit. This will enable you to be part of the trade planting program in 120 days, which we started counting from the day of launch. You're going to get a trade planted in your name. You'll be able to view it. Those of you that live in Europe, or if you could travel in the future, you'll be able to fly to, say, Italy. I use Italy as an example because this is where we have our office. You could fly somewhere. You could view the trade planted in your name. I think it will be a nice thing. It will be a lovely thing. You'll be connected to that particular country where you see your trade, where your trade is planted. Let's not forget, why are we planting trade? We're not planting trade because we just want to see trade grow. No, not at all. But we planted trade because we live in a world that is affected by environmental problem, deforestation, flooding, severe climate change, and all we could do is to hold NERV token for 120 days, and that will help us do our bit in saving this world. If you hold NERV token, if you purchase NERV token and get it staked, then it's easy. While you enjoy the 25% reward, you are working towards building the future, getting a tree planted in your name. I would love to see a tree planted in my name. I am an holder just like you. And in the next hours, I'm going to get my token stake. So please advise everyone to take that opportunity and get their token stake. Yesterday, I noticed the question in the group, which my colleagues passed to me, of people asking, if we move our token to HotBit, we're going to pay 2.5% tax. Do you think it's reasonable? Yes, I'll say it is very reasonable. Let's not forget, you pay 2.5% tax on all transactions, not just transferring. So if you decide to keep your token to sell it off and purchase in HotBit, let's look at what happens. When you sell your token off, you pay 2.5% tax, including, in addition to the fees that will be collected by PancakeSwap. So in essence, you pay more than 2.5%. But if you move your token to HotBit, you only pay 2.5%. So that makes sense. That is easier. Let's not forget, we don't know what the price will be within one click, within 1 second. So because of price uncertainty, which we think it will always move in the upward trend within the next hours, so it is better you move your token rather than selling it. So this is what we want to tell our community, and we hope you guys will all move your token to HotBit for staking. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Damon. Now we'll be taking the last question for this segment. And this is also based on questions that have been coming up on our Telegram page concerning, future listing. The community members want to know, what is our plans? What is NerveFlux plan for future listing? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Kel. I remember what happened in the early hours of yesterday. I got a call from the CEO and he said, "Come on, Edema, you have to be online to tell the community about future listing. I know you are not allowed to tell them everything. You can't do that, but just tell them something." So I'm here. I'm happy to tell you that we're going to have a lot of listing. Actually, our aggressive market plan has listing in exchange as one of its important features. Think about it. Who use exchanges? Look, more people feel secured using centralized exchange as compared to decentralized exchanges. So what we're saying in essence is you have a lot of people all over the world, millions of people who depend on centralized exchanges. If a project must get a global outlook, then you have to get listed on the world top exchanges. It is undoubtable that this is the goal of NerveFlux. If within 48 hours we could announce listing with HotBit, which normally you should expect after launch, it takes a lot of time to do this negotiation, but we negotiated already, so we don't have to do any negotiation even on the 16th when we launch. We only wait for a fixed date and we made the announcement. So what I'm saying in essence is this is part of our plan to see that we get listed in exchanges, not just exchanges, top exchanges. So we've always said that HotBit is only the beginning. So let's wait and see. In the coming weeks or about a month or so, we'll make an announcement for our next exchange listing. Till then, we won't be able to tell you any name because we are not allowed to do that. But then I can help you in a way. You go back, right? Check our website, check some information we've released. It has to do with something we've said before. So this I can tell you. And we'll keep going to places. We'll take this token to the world stage. We don't belong to the first 100. No, Nerve token belong to the first 5 top token in the world. That is where we should be. But nothing happens overnight. It's a gradual process. We're going to do our bits. We hope the community supports us and we'll get there very soon. So in the shortest future, we're going to make some interesting announcements about listing. And this will be a continuous process. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Edema. For those that are just joining us, we are with the COO of NerveFlux project, and we're going to open the community to ask their questions, live questions. So if you have any question to ask the COO, the floor will be open. We can take few questions so that we can move over to other activities that we have outlined for today. Thank you. All right, the first person I'm seeing here is, sorry if I don't get your name right correctly, Raymond. Please, you can ask your question. Thank you. You are on, please. You can ask a question. Riyamone, you can ask your question, please. Are you with us? All right, we can, let's take the next question. I don't think he's with us. Let's take the next question. John Patton, you can ask your question. Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, sure.
Can I ask my question?
Yes, please. Go on. John, we can hear you. Please go on.
Do you allow suggestion and feedback from the community? Are we allowed in decision making? Do you put community into consideration, sir?
All right, thank you very much. From your question, I do believe you are new to our community, so I'll tell you, you are welcome. It's a pleasure we have you here, and we hope you stay with us. Sorry, forever. We don't want investors that will leave us, if possible. Yeah, so let me answer your question. If you go to Telegram group, go to the search bar, just type logo, NerveFlux logo or logo, and search, move upwards. You'll find out that the logo you see today was chosen by the communities. We brought 2 logos. We had to delete the second one, but the informations are available in the Telegram group. We gave the community the opportunity to make choice to choose, and they voted for this community when the community was much more smaller. Yeah. Aside that, we made 1 or 2. We did. I remember we did a poll to ask the community about exchanges, and also if you look at our stickers, they are designed based on the feedback we get from our community. We also had to make some decisions personally. I think that was great, based on the feedbacks we get from the community. For any project, aside your use case, which is actually defined by the team members, I think if you want to be successful, you have to consider your community. The community are very important. They are tied to your use case. So while we build the system that we solve the problem we want to solve, we won't achieve success if we don't carry our communities along, if we don't accept feedbacks from our community. Think about it. Why are you here? Why am I sitting in front of my computer? It's 6:17 a.m. here in Europe. I'm doing it simply because I want feedback. I've been ordered by the chief executive officer to get this feedback so that we consider them in our decision making where possible. Sometimes it won't work because we're dealing with users that may not have some level of understanding of how the market works. But still, we have some great users that are professionals, and every information we get is very useful to us. So, yeah, my answer to your question is yes, we value our communities. Yes, our community members. Yes, their feedback are important to us. Thank you very much.
We hope, John, can you hear us? I hope the question was dealt with, and we'll move over to the next question. I don't know if Riyamone is still there. You are allowed to speak, please. So you can ask your question now, if you can hear me.
How can I? Hello, sir.
Yeah, I think your line is bad, but I can.
please, I can hear you.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I can hear you now. That's better.
How can I currently buy your token?
All right. Your question is how can you buy NERV token? I think NERV token is presently available in PancakeSwap, so you can buy from PancakeSwap. You can buy from IndoS, and I'll tell you, if you go to NerveFlux traders group, which you can do from the main community, using the /price command. While in that traders group, if you also use the /price command, you see the chart that comes up. There's a buy button there. You can also buy from KuCoin. So yes, to buy NERV token is not so difficult. It's very easy. And most especially in the next hours, NERV will be listed in HotBit. So if you cannot buy in those places I mentioned, then you should be able to purchase NERV token from HotBit. Thank you very much.
So much, Mr. Dema. Now we'll move over to the next question. I can see Emily. Emily, you can ask a question now. Thank you.
Sure, thank you. Kel, your microphone is very low. It's a little hard to hear you, but I turned up my volume and I can hear you. Just wanted to let you know that. So I have a couple questions. One question is, so I was in the whitelisted pre-sale, and I know there are benefits for holding our NERV tokens. I think for 6 months or whatever it is to get the tree planting, and I think I read a post that said there'd be airdrops of NERV governance token and NERV NFTs in the future, maybe. So if we move our NERV token to HotBit for staking, will we still be eligible for those benefits?
Wow, yeah, great questions. I briefly mentioned that during my earlier conversation, yes, you will. Because what is important is we know when you bought your token, we'll be able to follow the transaction. It's all about if we want to. As long as we want to track the transaction, we'll be able to do that. So moving to HotBit, moving from one wallet to another, is not a problem. The only thing is if you sell 50% of your token, you might not be eligible for that because we'll start counting in a different time. So as long as you have your token, you move to HotBit, then you are safe. Everything is okay. And later you still have to move anyway because we are working on a app, a staking app, which will be available directly from our website. So at that point in time, we think most of our community members will want to take the advantage because the incentive will be much more higher than what you see in HotBit.
So then we can move from HotBit staking to staking, and the time won't there won't be any lost time. Okay.
No,
that's
not
great.
at all.
Okay, one last question, if you don't mind. On HotBit, if we wanted to buy more NERV token, do you know? I know the pair is USDT, but on HotBit, when I go to I haven't used it before, but when I go to deposit, it lets me use multiple blockchains. But I don't know, like can I only buy NERV with ERC20 USDT, or can I buy it with other blockchain USDT also?
Yeah, naturally within centralized exchanges, USDT is USDT. It is only when you want to transfer tokens, you want to move tokens, withdraw tokens, you have to choose what type of network you'll be using for such withdrawal. Or when you want to deposit, you have to choose what network you'll be using for deposit.
Okay.
So once you've made the deposit, you'll be able to use your USDT to purchase whatever token you want to purchase.
Okay, great. And I'm sorry, that just brought up one last question, if you don't mind. So if we transfer our tokens and we stake, but then we want to buy more, do we have to unstake to stake more, or can we just keep adding to stake more?
That's a difficult one because first of all, HotBit is not NerveFlux, so it's not a platform. But I did use HotBit, so I'll tell you that what I know privately or personally is you will be able to do the staking. You'll be able to add token. I think it creates a sort of new staking for that particular token, I think.
Okay.
But
Okay.
in the
Thank you.
next hours, we'll find out. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Emily, for your questions. I don't know if we can still take one more question. If there are any question, we have room for just one more question. Okay, I can see NFC official.
NFTC official, yeah.
NFTC official. Okay, you can ask a question now. Can you hear us, please? NFTC official, you can ask a question.
Yes, the transaction fees is too high for the I am HotBit transfer, and my 40 token is gone. I am Pancake buy and 5% gone, and HotBit deposit 5% gone. This is so unexpected.
All right, thank you very much. Okay, thank you very much. I think the information you just gave is not accurate. It is really not accurate in any way. So I won't in any way try to tell you it's okay. No, it's not okay. You get 2.5% tax from us, not 5% tax. That was an error from HotBit, which we've written them to correct. So what they collect is 2.5, or what they should be collecting is 2.5. We can make that available to public if we have to. It was written to them to correct the error because right from the day of launch, we would have been collecting 2.5% rather than 5%. When we had an issue with launch, that delay we had within that moment, we were sorting the issue with our launch. We brought the tax down to 2.5%, and that is what it has been. So please, I'm sure it should be 2.5%. If not, maybe you need to contact HotBit. Sorry for that. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Dema. Thank you so much for answering our questions. I don't know final words for community members. Any final words?
Yeah, please. First of all, in addition to what the question we just have, I just want the community to understand that transferring your token to HotBit remain the wisest and the best decision you could make, not selling it off. Because when you sell off, like I earlier mentioned, you also pay some fees to the platform where you sell your tokens. But if you move, you're going to get just 2.5% deducted from your token, and think about it with 25% APY. It's worth nothing. You recover very quickly. So I think it's a wise decision. To the communities, I want to tell you, thank you very much for your great support. It's been nice. It's been lovely. And I'm so happy we find ourselves in this situation in a very positive light. Everything's working out like we wanted, like you wanted. And the best way you could support this lovely project at this early stage is to hold your token for as long as it takes. When I say hold your token, that's a project with less than 200 million token total supply, and we want to drastically see how it will be reduced below 100,000. So what we are saying is, if you go out there and look at the token with big price, you look like I'll give you SOL for example. You look like just take a look at HADA that is over one euro, about €1 or so. Dollars or so. These are tokens. This is a token with some billion of token. Like I think Ada has a 40-something billion token. So it's not compared to one some few millions. So what I'm saying in essence is the growth potential is very high for our project. So you just have to hold this token for as long as it takes, and then you'll be happy you do that. Thank you very much, and I'm happy to be here this morning.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dema. It's a pleasure
I
having
think
you.
where next move your project?
Okay. I hope we've answered your question. Thank you so much. We'll be wrapping it up now. We want to appreciate everyone that was able to join this brief AMA session. And we want to thank also our COO that was available, made himself available to answer our questions too. So we'll be calling it off now. We hope to see
Hello,
you guys.
Kel.
Yes.
Kel.
Yes.
Yeah, I was just going to say something to the community.
Hello.
I was just going
to
say something to
your project?
Hello. Yeah, we asked for 3 questions. We took your question as a 4th question, which was something nice from us. So please, it's really good if you respect that. Thank you very much. You can ask your question directly from the chat group, and I'll assure you your question will be answered. Is that okay? We have a lot of things to do. I'm the Chief Operating Officer. I have to be busy at this moment to see that everything about listing move forward. Thank you very much. Yeah, so I was just going to say that deposit has started, so you guys can go on and start depositing your token in HotBit. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Just as the CEO said, we have to start work immediately because we have a lot on our hands to do. If there are still any doubts, any question, you can take your question over to our Telegram group, and we assure you that we will answer your question. So thank you so much for joining us. See you in HotBit. NerveFlux is here to stay, and NerveFlux is the future. Thank you so much.